A massive Israeli attack on Christmas Eve. Dozens killed in Maghazi camp. The UN estimates 86 people were killed that night, many of them women and children. Now the Israeli military says its investigation has found that its airstrikes were targeting Hamas militants. But during the attack, buildings next to the target were also hit, which caused, quote, unintended harm to additional uninvolved civilians.
This was a regrettable mistake. This should not have happened. The choice of munition was incorrect. And when we are dealing with a very complicated war zone, an area that I'll remind you is a unique counter-terrorism challenge that no army in the history of the world has had to deal with, it is inevitable that mistakes will be made.
There are attacks happening all over Gaza, but the north has been razed to the ground. Men scavenge for anything to help them survive. There's nothing left here. The basics of life wiped out.
More than 70 or 80% of the buildings are uninhabitable. They're bound to be demolished. You might find a room in your destroyed house to use, to protect you from the cold, the sun, to shelter you and your family. That's still better than the other places people are sheltering in, like schools.
Whether it's schools or tents, it's miserable. 2 million people displaced in the most overcrowded place in the world, ordered to evacuate by Israel again and again.
Either you let me live or kill me. I don't want to see the tragedy of my children when they say they want bread and I'm unable to bring it to them. The money's run out. There's nothing left.
Anguish on this side too. The families of around 100 Israeli hostages, holding out hope that their embattled Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, can do another deal with Hamas to get them freed. Netanyahu is under pressure, internationally to end the war, domestically to bring the hostages home, and within his own party to take responsibility for the unprecedented security failure on October the 7th. Long, torturous days. Yehi Yahud, waiting for 2 adult children kidnapped by Hamas to come home. He believes war won't save his son and daughter.
I hope that the government see our pains and that the government understand that the time is running. There is no time for them. That's the winning of this situation, that they will release our hostages and bring them alive, each one of them, back to Israel. A symbol of winning won't be the flag of Israel on the roof of Shifa Hospital.
War in Gaza, trauma in Israel. Both sides locked in conflict. Months in, there's no clear winner.